7-figure vacation homes, maybe the most expensive shoes in the history of mankind? Some of these things Steph's dropped the bag on will just leave your mouth hanging wide open. This is how Steph Curry spends his millions. The Golden State Warriors won 4 NBA Final championships in the last decade thanks to Curry. But aside from his incredible basketball career, Steph Curry has an extremely lucrative lifestyle. In 2019, Steph made one of the bigger investments in his life when he pulled the trigger on a brand new mansion in Atherton, California, the world's richest zip code, which was an enormous step up from his previous California home that was worth around $6.3 million. Steph and his wife Aisha settled on a 1.2-acre home in Atherton worth a staggering $31 million, which became the biggest purchase Steph had, at the time, made in his entire life. And with an amount that enormous, you'd think he wouldn't be able to rise above that, right? Well, Atherton is notoriously known as the most expensive zip code in the United States, and for being an organically affluent location home to a ton of the world's celebrities. Steph's home features a fully gated structure and has a relatively flatter shape that makes the house less visible from the mainstream public and, of course, keeping Steph and his family out of the larger public eye. But that doesn't mean Steph isn't out and about. Even hearing about a fraction of Steph's impressive car collection will leave you speechless. This man is flying around town with the sickest wheels, and we've noticed them. But before we dive into that, pay attention to what Steph's rocking on his wrist. Steph Curry has a known fascination for watches. He spends a considerable chunk of his fortune on buying the fanciest watches. The media has repeatedly suggested that his elegant watches add to his exclusive fashion sense. Curry has often been recognized for his classy, specific personal style in his public appearances, and he's known for not being flashy, which is reflected in his choice of watches. This is in contrast to many other professional athletes and strongly reflects who Steph Curry is as a person. He has a Rolex Sea Dweller Deep Sea, which cost him about $9,900. There are more in his premium collection, including a Cartier Santos 100 worth about $14,990, and a gold Audemars Piguet Royal Oak watch, which cost him about $56,000. When it comes to deals and sponsorship, Steph Curry is seen to have a profound relationship with the brands he endorses. These include JP Morgan, Chase, Brita, Infinity, Fanatics, and most importantly, Under Armour. Steph Curry chose Under Armour over Nike. Like, who chooses Under Armour over Nike? But Curry has made a significant difference to Under Armour's brand value and worldwide awareness. The brand pays him $20 million each year, but the star player is worth it because he pokes about $14 billion their way just by being the face of their brand. Curry is a source of inspiration for sports people around the world. After talking about the many ways Curry likes to spend his money, many may be wondering, what's Steph Curry's net worth? The answer is $160 million. So don't worry about Curry going broke after all the luxurious stuff he's bought. He still has a nice fortune to enjoy and keep on building with his new lifetime deal with Under Armour that is about to be established real soon. And Home for Hoops wants to establish a partnership with our viewers. So boop that subscribe button and be a loyal subscriber to the channel. One of Steph Curry's most costly possessions is his car collection. He owns a Tesla X90D, which shows that he believes in the smart car tech being developed to improve environmental sustenance. But of course, a classy dude like Steph is not going to settle for just a Tesla. His taste for luxurious cars can be seen in his collection. The other luxury cars he owns include a $187,500 Porsche 911 GT3 RS, a $150,000 Porsche Panamera Turbo S, a $352,000 worth Infiniti Q50, and much more. His garage also boasts Cadillac Escalades and many fancy Mercedes-Benz models. The Infiniti QX Inspiration concept he owns is a medium-sized SUV and the brand's initial effort to create its first fully electric vehicle. The QX Inspiration, often known as the Baby FX, was initially shown at the Detroit Auto Show. The car is currently priceless because it is the only one, and Steph Curry is indeed the lucky owner, which is quite awesome. Stephen has a car collection that would make anybody envious. He does not limit himself to one sort of vehicle, he has cars for just about every kind of journey. The Porsche Panamera Turbo S is his regular sports car that satisfies his desire for speed. With 550 horsepower under the hood, this road racer can reach speeds of up to 190 miles per hour. Stephen paid a whopping $150,000 for this gem. His Porsche 911 GT3 is a high-performance variant of the Porsche 911 sports vehicle designed particularly for racing. So unlike his other Porsche, this one isn't for driving the kids to school. This beast costs roughly $189,000. It is slightly more expensive than the Porsche with 2 fewer doors. Stephen's Range Rover Sport LWB is the most expensive car in his collection so far. It is an all-around family car with dramatic style and extra features. It's a $210,000 car right out of the box, but like all of his things, Stephen prefers to customize them, choosing some custom 22-inch wheels for the classic white car. We certainly wouldn't mind if we got to experience Curry's life for only one day, please. But let's not forget about his off-roader, the Mercedes G55, which is priced just in the center at $123,600. Rack and pinion steering, as well as 0 to 62 miles per hour speed of 4.5 seconds, is the fastest for this sort of car ever. And the supporting V8 engine delivers a respectable peak speed of 155 miles per hour. Stephen Curry's largest net worth allows him to enjoy a luxurious lifestyle. He paid $31 million for his current home in Athenian, California in June 2019. But you already knew that. And just when you thought things couldn't get grander for Steph and his mansions, oh, it just got a whole lot better. In 2020, Steph and his family moved out to Malibu, but get this, Steph purchased this mansion for, wait for it, $50.1 million. A 13,000 square foot home that probably comes with any and everything you can find on Earth. I mean, he spent nearly 1/4 of the contract he got a couple of years earlier. Now this home, much like Steph's home in Atherton, is mostly all glass from the exterior, but what makes this super mansion unlike any mansion in the world is that the glass exterior gives way to some of the most stunning views in the world. Malibu views, that is. Does it get any better than that? That's something we know his kids and his wife Aisha will just love. And speaking of the fam, Steph loves vacationing with them. Curry is a very low-key person off the field, but he could not resist the extremely rich and famous lifestyle. He invests his $1 million fortune in his well-being and a pleasant lifestyle, and I don't blame him. Who wouldn't live that way being Steph Curry? Curry is also an example of a stand-up family guy. Curry has been happily married to Aisha Alexander since 2011. They have 3 children together. The Currys always plan luxurious getaways and trips. Steph and his wife just took a romantic trip to Iceland. The Currys went to visit Thri-Nukagigar, a dormant volcano. It's a renowned tourist site in Iceland. They also swam in Iceland's Blue Lagoon, located in the southwest. It is one of the world's 25 wonders. Also, the adorable family has been spotted several times having a good time on beaches. But who would have thought that he would randomly invest millions of dollars for such a strange reason? $8 million for a small apartment? When the Warriors shifted to the Chase Center in 2019, Steph found it difficult to get there from his house in Atherton. He was regularly 20 to 25 minutes late. When people like you and me are running late, we just start our day 30 minutes earlier than usual. But we're talking about Stephen Curry here, and Curry needed to hurry. So that's why he simply chose to move near Chase Center to beat the extra hassle. Steph invested $8 million to buy the penthouse on the 30th level of the Four Seasons residence. However, he now has a place to relax before and after games, and Chase Center is only a 5-minute drive away. Just add that to the long list of stupidly insane Steph Curry purchases, I guess.